Namaskaram. This is a very important video for CA Inter students who are preparing for the Group 2. So, how do you utilize the next 2 weeks until the examination is what we are discussing today. Number one, this is especially useful for students who are in the range of 120 or who has scored around 120, 125 in the previous attempt. So, the first and foremost thing you have to do is you have to remove the risk of failing an audit. I understand you already studied everything, but let's say, how do you utilize the time moving ahead? This is the first thing you do. In your mind, you have to remove the risk of failing in audit. So for that, you're starting with tomorrow, 6 a.m. to 9 a.m. You can complete completion and review audit report. It will come for at least 12 to 15 marks easily, followed by audit evidence and audit documentation. These are the chapters which are voluminous, but it's not very difficult to cover, but they have a decent weightage. So, and followed by chapter 1, chapter 2, chapter 11, nature, objective, scope, planning, strategy and program, and also ethics and terms of engagement. This is the easiest bucket. So these three together will easily give you 45 to 50 marks or even more. But these are the simplest chapters for you to score reasonably well, and you're writing an exam after cumulative revision. So tomorrow, if you have an intensive schedule, even if you improve 1 to 2 marks in each of the slots, you can easily move towards 40, even if you're at 30, assuming. Similarly, one more day, various entities, audit of banks, this together will come for 18 to 20 marks easily. And talking about audit of items of financial statement, very important, but some students find it hard. Just finish Q&A at least, or do it from short notes. Risk assessment and internal control, same, do it from short notes or finish just Q&A and one more exam. So because of this 2 intensive day cycle, when you actually get the 20-hour day, 20-hour revision cycle, it will be very easy for you. So this is very, very important. Do not worry about costing. We can cover that. Okay. Once this is done, as you proceed to the next day, May 3rd, if you start the morning session, I want you to complete RTP of May 25 and January 25 in 3 hours. Quickly look at the question, write 3 to 4 points and look at the solution. Look at the question, you'll take only 90 to 100 minutes per RTP if you do it in this way. So we'll cover 2 RTPs. Then you move to service costing, joint products and byproducts, because these are important topics and easy to complete. Moving to budgetary control, and then one more MTP which you're writing for costing. So we are included multiple exams so that you can quickly recall and revise. This is the best way to revise. And once you write the answers, you can also check the solutions. That will also be becoming a part of the learning material. So every day, if you're writing a test, that will be keeping your mind active. Next, audit MCQs is very important, especially if you look at the last attempt. They have been quite difficult. Most of the students could not score more than 10 to 12 marks. So that is why you have to give one specific session entirely for MCQs. Then you can finish unit and batch costing, job costing, then standard costing along with RTP. Again, standard costing, if you already done it, do it. Otherwise, learn a few formulas, solve 2-3 questions and move to RTP, because this is not something which can be done in the last minute. Okay, it's okay to leave one chapter if it is extremely difficult for you. Moving to marginal costing, process and operate costing. Compared to standard costing, marginal costing is formula centric. So it involves a lot of decision making based questions. It can relatively focus on marginal costing if you have done it already, so you can finish it in this slot. The reason why we are doing it a bit aggressively is we have given one more round of revision cycle for costing. It's like 40 hours plus 20 hours. So that way you'll get the perception of revising it twice. So that is why some of the topics have been given with an accelerated or aggressive deadline. And finally, before you move to costing completely, we recommend you to do audit in the morning slot, quickly go through the index, and once the index is done, write a 2-hour exam, and auditing is done and dusted. So because of this interventions in 2 days with some extra 2-3 day morning slots, you will be able to easily cross 40. So this is about audit. Now cost accounting system, cost sheet together 10 plus marks, ABC and material cost again 10 plus marks, one more exam here. And finally here 3 days you're exclusively doing costing. The first 3 days you're doing costing along with audit just for the morning slot, and then you're doing exclusive costing. Here also we have included important topics along with some question papers. So effectively, if you do all of this, around 50 marks of costing gets revised twice, remaining chapters where it would not require a lot of revision, we are given it one slot. So overall, your costing will be very thoroughly revised. The objective is to help you get 55 to 60 in costing. Okay, so this is exactly how it works for somebody who is in the range of 40 marks, but you can slightly modify and customize it accordingly. So this is the base plan which might help. So once you complete everything, the last day don't have much topics. Most importantly, you have to revise all the papers which you have already attempted so that you don't repeat the mistakes, and quickly look at the formula sheets and go to the exam. So this is the first exam. All the best for that. Now moving on, the moment you come down, immediately start audit 20-hour strategy. We'll make a separate video for audit 20-hour strategy. So in this 20 hours, how do you revise everything once again, which has already been revised? Okay, so this is where you'll get consolidated. Even if something is left out in this cycle, do not worry. So until this point, the target is how do you get to costing 60 marks and audit at least 40 to 45 marks. Now that leaves us to get only 50 marks in FMSM with one extra day. So this is where we can plan it quite strategically, as you can see here. So the moment you come out of audit exam, immediately solve 2 RTPs on the same day. Get some energy, because don't become lethargic that you have one extra day. No, you cannot risk it, because audit, it's hard to score more than 45 in most of the cases. So please pay attention to this last paper, trying to maximize your score so that you don't miss out on the aggregate. And also there is a chance that papers might be difficult. So when you're looking at FMSM, in one day, if you can solve 2 RTPs of FMSM, a bit of aggressively, it takes 4.5 to 5 hours, you'll get a width of the entire subject, you'll feel calm. And once the next day morning, you can go ahead and complete SM entirely. 2 chapters in one slot and 2 chapters in one more slot. So this, you can consolidate it by writing one SM exam, because a lot of students do not get good marks. They get less than 10 marks in SM descriptor out of 35. So don't take it for granted. Again, if your SM is very strong, you can use it for FM. So normally students, SM is less scoring as compared to FM. That is why we are given it this way. So before you go into the 20-hour strategy, where FMSM once again gets revised, you're already revising 2 RTPs and you're paying attention to almost 40 marks from SM paper. So this will help you move beyond 15 to 18 marks in SM at least, plus you can get a chance to do the 20-hour strategy once again. This is exactly suited for students who have scored around 120, 130 in the previous attempt, or even if it's the first attempt, if you're in that range, this will help you to get that additional 8 to 10 marks per paper. So if you want some clarity, please rewind the video, watch it once again. You can pause the screen and take a screenshot of this. Hope this is helpful. If you have any further questions regarding the strategy, please ask us in the comments. We'll try to reply as early as possible. Thank you once again. Namaskar.